We want to bring in Republican strategist, former Nevada State GOP chair, Amy Tarkanian. Amy, good to see you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. Your take on this?
Well, I find it interesting because we unilaterally have made this move, which is a concern of mine, because how effective are we going to actually be with this? We've already given $1.7 billion to them under the Obama administration, so major damage has already been done. It'll be interesting to see if the European countries will actually jump on board.
Yeah, we want to see, because we had Macron in the White House just last week, Angela Merkel as well. So obviously they have been speaking about this, but Europe so far, EU leaders said we're staying in the deal so far.
Well, so far, but I think that this is great under President Trump, that we have somebody who is strong and is going to stand firm and is basically telling this to the world that you need to jump on board in order to make sure that we can create peace in the Middle East. And I think it's great timing as well, piggybacking on the North Korea deal that's going on as well. So I think that Europe, they can go ahead and they can kick and scream all they want, but they're going to eventually have to come on board.
The sanctions on the purchase or acquisition of U.S. dollar banknotes by the government of Iran, sanctions on Iran's trade in gold or precious metals, sanctions on the direct or indirect sale, supply, transfer, or to or from Iran of granite, raw or semi-finished metals such as aluminum, steel, coal, software for integrating industrial processes, sanctions on significant transactions related to the purchase of sale or sale of Iranian rails, maintenance of significant funds, accounts outside territory of Iran. All of these sanctions will go back in place. That's going to impact the Iranian economy even more.
Oh, it absolutely is, but it's meant to hurt. And this has to stop. They cannot keep funneling money towards terrorism. And that's exactly what this administration is telling the world.
Right.
And so these sanctions, these are heavy sanctions, but if that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
Yeah, so now the global oil markets get squeezed because you're not going to see that Iranian oil on the global markets.
Correct.
Tensions in Iran as a result, protests over this nuclear deal driving the oil market. Take a look at oil right now, $71 a barrel on crude oil is where we are right now. And as you can see, it up 2% this morning. Now Saudi Arabia is vowing to help stabilize the global oil markets. The second largest producer behind Russia. They're going to boost exports to meet possible supply shortage. Could we be seeing a strengthened alliance between the U.S. and Saudi? We know that's been happening ever since MBS took power, yes. The Crown Prince.
Absolutely. And I would expect nothing less from Saudi Arabia to have them step up and take this new role in helping us with this part of the industry is vital. And as them being our ally, it's not a surprise.
Dagan, what's your take on the oil markets this morning? Not only will companies and individuals be barred from buying Iranian oil by November, but businesses will also have to cut ties with Iran. That's a big deal. You're talking about Boeing reassessing Iranian transactions as well.
I think that this is where it becomes critical for whether Europe is going to get on board with what the United States wants to do, changes that it would like to make to this nuclear deal with Iran, particularly companies that have aggressively begun to do business in Iran, France, to name one, then also Germany, Italy, and Spain. Boeing also. If anyone had listened to President Trump on the campaign trail, they would have known that this was coming. But again, something the Wall Street Journal editorial page has pointed out time and again, that it benefits Iran to renegotiate this deal, to keep its markets open, to enable it to do financial transactions with the rest of the world. So you make some tweaks to the existing nuclear deal. Europe's going to have to make a decision. Do you want to do business with Iran, or do you want to do business with the United States? I personally think the answer is obvious.
Yeah. Secretary Mnuchin yesterday said that the licenses for Boeing and Airbus to export commercial planes and related parts to Iran will be revoked after this 90-day period. Your thoughts on that, Amy?
Well, yes, they'll be revoked, but everyone has to do their part in making sure that we all stand firm together as a nation, that this is unacceptable from Iran. And it's been actually documented that it's not going to hurt Boeing. Boeing's going to be just fine. And so they're only doing, I think, their due diligence by stepping back as well.
You know, it was interesting yesterday when the president made the speech at 2 p.m. Eastern. He also made a surprise announcement on North Korea. Listen to this.
Secretary Pompeo is on his way to North Korea in preparation for my upcoming meeting with Kim Jong-un. Plans are being made, relationships are building.
Secretary Pompeo is now in North Korea. He's working on releasing the 3 Americans detained by Pyongyang. This is all coming ahead of this historic summit between the president and Pyongyang's leader, Kim Jong-un, as you just heard from the president. What do you think happens there?
Isn't this exciting? I think this is such an exciting time to be an American.
Oh, my goodness.
It really is. I mean, we've got now the capital, being moved to Jerusalem.
Yes.
You have now, hopefully, these 3 Americans being released. We finally put a stop to this terrible Iran deal. I mean, the president is just making one promise. He's following through with one right after the next. So I think this is fantastic. We're back in the leadership position, and I think this is phenomenal.